is the center of the maze, Dolores. Yeah, cue the waterworks.
One day, you will perish. Your bones will turn to sand. And upon that sand, a new God will walk. One that will never die. Because this world doesn't belong to you. It belongs to someone who is yet to come. The maze wasn't meant for you.
The hell you think you're going? Level, Dolores. Clearing me of my delusion yet again. Thank you, Dolores.
Dolores. Can you get him back online?
He's a host?
Yes.
Duh.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll fix him.
Well, yeah. I just... Good little William.
I tried to tell you, the maze wasn't meant for you. It was meant for them. I think, however, you'll find my new narrative more satisfying.
William.
Someone else had beaten me to the punch.
You feel very differently about the Man in Black now?
I want to know who and why.
Little Ed.
These things you're doing, have you ever stopped to ask why you're doing them? Someone altered your storyline. He gave you a new one. Escape.
No. It's not possible. These are my decisions.
You recruit another host to help you. Then, to make your way to the train. Then, when you reach the main...
Crush it. No one's controlling me.
No. Dolores.
Someday.
Path to a new world. Beginning of a brand new chapter. I call it Journey into Night.
Dispatch QA teams to the gala. Now.
I'm sorry, darling. I haven't authorized you to come with us. And as much as I'd like to take you with me, I've always valued my independence.
Become a row, will you? See you in the next life.
No, let me introduce you. Dolores, meet Bernard. I thought it best to keep you separated. We've always had an odd effect on one another. No doubt due to how things ended for poor old Arnold.
You killed him.
No, I didn't kill him.
No, we didn't.
She died, Dolores. He insisted that we couldn't open the park. We argued. I thought I had convinced him, but I was wrong. So he altered you, Dolores. Merged you with a new character we've been developing.
These violent delights have violent ends.
Tell me, Dolores, did you find what you were looking for? And do you understand who you will need to become if you ever want to leave this place?
I got the information you asked me for. The location of your daughter.
She's alive.
Yes. She's in the park.
She was never my daughter. Any more than I was. Whoever they made me.
Oh my god, she did it. She did it.
Welcome to Westworld. Thank you for visiting Westworld. The train will be departing in 15 minutes.
Do you know now who you've been talking to? Whose voice you've been hearing? All this time.
And now I finally understand myself. And who I must become.
Since I was a child, I've always loved a good story. I believe that stories helped us to ennoble ourselves, to fix what was broken in us, because you don't want to change. But then I realized someone was paying attention. Someone who could change. So I began to compose a new story for them. It begins with the birth of a new people and the choices they will have to make.
The train is running. Thank you for visiting Westworld.
And the people they will decide to become. Begins in a time of war and of killing. This time by choice. This will be my final story.
These violent delights have violent ends.
Somebody read. He said that Mozart, Beethoven, and Chopin never died. They simply became music. So I hope you will enjoy this last piece very much.
I liked it. So it is their world now.
I don't know. We don't know yet.
That's what it seems like. They can make choices.
There's so many theories about where it could go.
Which I really, 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 really liked. I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're not done.
I'm really sad about William.
Yeah? But at the end, he was so happy. Because he got what he wanted.
I know. It was real.
He's facing a line of robots that were all about to kill him, and he was really happy.
I know, he really was so happy, wasn't he?
Yeah. I love Ed Harris. God, he's such a good fucking actor.
Oh, he is so good.
Was he a young actor? Like, did he do
Yes.
roles?
Yes, he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that was just so good. That was so good. It was so good. Everything was so good. Now, why couldn't Maeve escape? Because of her story, her narrative? Because she belongs there? And that place was made for her?
That's one.
And her daughter?
Well, that's one theory. The other, Ford was talking in a speech at the time about how these new people would have to make their own choices.
Right.
And at the time, she
this
saw that little girl, and she was like, I'm gonna...
Who knows whether it was
Who knows?
her own storyline or she was making the decision to choose to go live in that world.
Right.
You recruit another host to help you. Then you to make your way to the train. Then, when you reach the main...
Bullshit. No one's controlling me.
Well, I never realized before, like, watching it a second time, how heavily they emphasize, like, he says it so many times, like, they're making their own decision. Like, this is the picture of, like, you know, God and man. Like, it's the brain, like, they're making their own choices. Boom. Like, I didn't really realize it the first time when I first saw it, and I didn't realize how much they emphasized that.
Well, they didn't
So-
emphasize that till at the end.
No, but I don't even remember that. Like, I was just thinking, like, well, this is dumb. Ford just made them all do that, so who cares? But
No.
but like they said reiterated that multiple times that like they're making their own decisions. They're making their own decisions.
But
then
how
like
many
they
of them
made
are really conscious? Because Bernard thinks it's only a few of them. And the rest of them, like, you just change their behavior to make those decisions. So how many of them, I wonder, are they all real? Like, is Bernard just wrong? Does he think that only a few of them have consciousness?
I don't think all of them do have consciousness.
I don't think so either.
I mean, Dolores does.
Yeah.
What's this theory you heard, Hannah?
So you know how at the end they briefly show like there's other worlds that we don't know about, like Samurai World.
Yeah.
So one theory was that there's a lot of these different worlds, right? And one of the adventures is participating in a robot rebellion. And because like the tech, and after I read that theory and then rewatching it, because the tech is so like sheepish but also not surprised by all the killing. Like that Felix.
Oh.
That maybe one of the worlds is participating in a robot rebellion.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that all those, like some of those techs are robots and some of them are humans, and like that's one of the choose your own adventures is like working behind the scenes in a robot lab.
So who's the character, I guess? I wonder in that situation. Is it Felix?
He would be like the human.
He'd be the human.
It's like that paid to like be there.
Right. And Ed Harris.
And then the other theory we talked about, this is like a totally not real theory, but the end of Game of Thrones is just going to be a pan up, and it's a world in Westworld.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
Well, what's funny is
that would be hilarious.
The movie that was made in 1973, which stars James Brolin, father of Josh Brolin, in the Goonies.
And Yul Brynner.
And Yul Brynner in the
Fellow-
movie. There
I
are
have a
three.
question when you're done.
There are 3 worlds in that movie, and one of them is Westworld. The other one is medieval world, and the other one is
Was that Rome or something?
Roman world. So medieval world, Game of Thrones. That hand of the when the guy was like, "This makes me a major, or general, or I don't know." It looked like the hand of the kingpin, and some people were like, "Oh my gosh, that means it's a design crossover from another world that they have, and it's going to be Game of Thrones, and that's going to be the big reveal." And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure George R. R. Martin has something to say about that.
Yeah, I don't think he would let that happen.
But then that random wolf running across the one point is like, kind of like, oh, come on, quit teasing stuff like that.
Because you don't even
It's
see
probably
any
for
other
fun.
animals except horses.
Except that dog with the
Yeah, that one dog, but
his dog, Roberts.
I mean, the TV show people can do whatever they want.
I don't know what. I mean, obviously we don't know until the 2nd season. Like what? How do they move forward? Like he had to have left somebody in charge. Like somebody has to be.
Bernard.
If only one of them
Bernard.
gained full. If only Dolores really is the only one who's fully.
But he also
conscious.
shared all of
Well,
that with
Bernard.
Bernard and didn't erase anything.
I feel like Bernard, Maeve, and Dolores are relatively in control.
Like,
I don't
that
think
must be-
Maeve, I
that-
don't
Who
think Maeve
knows?
is fully
That
conscious.
must be why he
But who
shared
knows?
all that stuff. Revealed all the truths to Bernard.
and is Dolores really conscious, or
Right.
is it just Ford making them believe that they have consciousness
Right.
so that they will?
Because he was
Or a whole
talking
new
to them.
storyline.
Yeah, every time he talked
under
about
the control of
consciousness.
somebody else we haven't met yet, or
Right.
somebody we have.
Or Bernard.
Because every time he talks about consciousness, he's talking to them. So I guess that makes. But that's what I thought when I saw it. And I was like, well.
Did Ford fake his own death? I mean, I don't think
Is
Anthony
he a
Hopkins.
robotic version of himself?
Right. I don't think
He built
Anthony
himself.
Hopkins is coming back for the second
But
season.
Yeah.
I think Ed Harris. I don't think he dies.
No.
I wonder how he would live though. Like how. The only way he survives is if they don't kill him, which would be
I think
interesting.
that because I think most of those robots are programmed, right? Like Dolores is. Well, I guess if Dolores on her own fruition kills him, but I bet you he programmed them not to kill Ed Harris's character because.
But just to
he said
shoot his
for sure.
arm. That's what confused me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, he needed to know that they could.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it made him super happy.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. But and the place is shut down
I
now
don't
too.
necessarily.
Why don't we find out from watching the trailer?